How to calculate your Express Entry score. Very common that folks, when they become eligible for Express Entry, they try to calculate their score. Oftentimes they're able to calculate their scores properly, they are able to analyze their score, but a lot of times it happens that folks are not able to correctly calculate their score. Either they calculate too high of a score or too low of a score, and hence they are making decisions based on incorrect calculations, which can cause a lot of issues. In this video, I am going to showcase how to calculate scores for Express Entry. I'm going to show you a demo, and hopefully by the end of this video, you're able to go through the calculator and calculate the scores for yourself. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Dhruv. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. At our company Effizient, we assist all prospective immigrants with their immigration to Canada. So if you are interested, you have questions, you are an aspirant, here is our contact information. Feel free to contact us. We will be happy to assist you. Now, before we move into the demo for CRS point calculation, let's answer the comment of the week. And this comment comes from Fatima. And the question is, I am on postgraduate work permit. My score is 472. I am getting married to a citizen. I am in needing to travel to India in December for my wedding. What would be your best suggestion in this case? Now, in this case, the question is a little unclear, so I'll try to answer what I got out of the question. First of all, the question is, what would be your suggestion in this case? Let's first try to find case number one of getting married. I don't know, I have mixed feelings about it, whether you should or should not. That's your choice if you still want to. Second is going to India to get married or traveling to India. I think December is a great time. You can do that. So that's great. You can enjoy your wedding and also enjoy the nice weather in India. Third, about your Express Entry score and marriage. Now, I don't know your personal situation, but 472 is again not enough to get a cutoff. So spousal sponsor is something that you can look into. I hope this helps. Now, guys, let's get into the topic about CRS calculation. So guys, if you want to calculate your CRS score, the best source is this tool over here. On the screen, you can see the CRS calculator for Express Entry. This is the tool you should be using to compute your CRS score. So let's go over this tool step by step and see what to answer, how to answer each question in order to get the correct score. The first thing over here is marital status. That is pretty straightforward. If you are single, you will select single. If you are married, you will select married. Say we go with married, and thereon we will answer the questions. If you are single, some of the questions with regards to the spouse will get eliminated. So once I answer and go through this flow, even if you were single, you will get all the answers that you want. Now the next question is your spouse a common law partner, a citizen or permanent resident of Canada? Let's assume no, because if they are a citizen or permanent resident, then they are out of the picture. None of them will be affecting your score. Will your spouse or common law partner will come with you to Canada? Let's say yes here. Now if you say no, depending on your spouse's profile, your score may increase or decrease with spouse accompanying. And then again, circumstantially, if your spouse does not want to come to Canada as a permanent resident, they have work obligations, family obligation, could be anything, you will select yes or no accordingly. So either circumstantial, or maybe you want to play around and see how it affects your CRS, and you can select yes or no accordingly. How old are you? Pretty straightforward. Just calculate your age. What is your level of education? Now this is sometimes a tricky question for most people. Now guys, secondary school, high school graduation, straightforward. If you have only studied 1 year certificate program, then you will select this. If you came to Canada after grade 12th, then you will select 2-year program at a university, college, trade or technical school or institute. If you have done a bachelor's degree in Canada or abroad, and you have for foreign education, you have the WES or the educational credential assessment, then you will select bachelor's degree. If you did a bachelor's degree and then you ended up doing a diploma postgraduate, or you did a bachelor's degree and you did some certificates, you will select 2 or more programs. which is this option right here. Now, if you've done a master's degree in Canada or outside Canada, you have the evaluation. You did professional degree such as you did medicine, you did dentistry, you did law, then you will select master's degree or professional degree. So let's go with two or more certificates. Next is, have you earned a Canadian degree, diploma or certificate? Let's say you did, and see how to answer these questions again. Now for Canadian education, it has three options. One is secondary or less. So either you did high school in Canada or less than that. That's pretty straightforward. If you study in high school in Canada, you select that. If you did a diploma program in Canada for 2 years or 1 year certificate program, so some people do 1+1 certificates or some people do 2 year program, diploma program, you'll select this. If you did a degree in Canada, you did a diploma for 3 years, that's an advanced diploma, or you did a master's program in Canada or a professional degree, then you select the third option over here. So let's, for this calculation, just go 1 or 2 year diploma or certificate. Then comes the English test results. The first question is, are your test results less than 2 years old? If they're not, then you're not qualified for Express Entry based on those results. So you have to do the exam again. What language test did you do? Let's select IELTS here. Speaking, now this is very straightforward. Just put your IELTS score. Let's just assume CLB 97778 for the English scores. Do you have other language? If you have done the French exam, you can put your French scores. Otherwise, you can say not applicable. Now, in the last 10 years, how much experience do you have in Canada? Now, guys, if you have been working in Canada for the last 10 years, you can combine the experience and put here. Maximum points you'll get for 5 years, minimum for 1 year. You won't get any points for less than 1 year. Now, this question is very important because some of you guys end up including student work experience in this calculation. You cannot include any experience that you gained as a student, even though it may be NOC 0AB or tier 0, 1, 2, 3 skilled work. You cannot count it. You will not get any points for student experience. So here, anything after you got your work permit or like applied for work permit, anything that you did while being a full-time student will not count towards point total. So let's assume you graduated and you did job for 1 year. So 1 year. In the last 10 years, how much foreign experience you have? Now in this question, any foreign experience you did, you can combine it and put the total number here. Even as a student, if you did internships outside Canada, those will count here. So let's assume 1 year here. Certificate of qualification. Now guys, this applies to trade occupation. So if you did a degree or diploma in Canada, that is not a certificate of qualification. Certificate of qualification is a certificate that you get after working in trades and doing the trade exams. This is not a straightforward thing. Certificate of qualification is not your degree, diploma or certificate from your college. This requires apprenticeship in a trade. You have to work and then you get these certificates. So for most people, this is going to be no. Additional points. So again, LMIA, you will get points for your LMIA. Now guys, there is a common misconception here, which is that if I have NOC for a manager, if I'm a manager, I'll get 200 points for an LMIA. That is completely incorrect, guys. You need to have major group 00 to get 200 points. Those are like executive level positions, and those are like very senior government positions. Normally, if you're an assistant manager at a restaurant, you can only claim 50 points. You won't be eligible for 200 points. And of course, if your LMIA is for tier 4 or 5, you won't get any points. Do you have a nomination? This is a straightforward question. If you have nomination, you select yes, you will get 600 points. But only the Express Entry stream nominations will give you 600 points. So if you have a PNP nomination for a stream that is non-Express Entry, then you should select no to this question. Otherwise, your point calculation will be totally incorrect. Next is, do your spouse have a sibling, brother or sister living in Canada who is 18 years or older, related to your partner by to you or your partner by blood? have a parent in common with you or your partner. So if you have a sibling or your spouse has a sibling who is a permanent resident or a Canadian, then only you will select yes, and they need to be living in Canada for you to select this. If you have a brother or sister who's a permanent resident or citizen and they are not living in Canada, then again you won't get points for this. So let's assume yes here. Next question is highest level of education. Now for the principal applicant, all the questions are done. The next set of questions are for the spouse or the common law partner. So the first is, what is your highest level of education for the spouse? So again, very similar, based on the spouse's educational credential assessment or educational background, you will select. And it's the same thing we've talked before, either 2 year, 1 year program, bachelor's degree, or could be anything. Let's assume your spouse did a bachelor's degree. Then it asks for how many years of skilled experience in Canada does your spouse or common law partner have. Again, no student experience can be included. You can include, if your spouse has worked in Canada, you can include the number of years. And then here comes the language for your spouse. So you can again select the language scores. Could be, say, we're just going to select 7, 7, 7, 8 again. And that's about it. All this information you need, and when you hit calculate, your score will be calculated over here, right? So again, in this application, we basically selected very high IELTS score, we selected brother and sister in Canada, and we selected LMIA, and hence you can see the score total is very high, 571. But again, for your particular situation, you can put in the information, you can see what score total you get, and accordingly you can play around and see how you can improve your score by either improving language, getting an LMIA, increasing the years of experience. But it's very important to answer the questions correctly so that you are awarded points correctly. You're not awarded higher points or lower points, because that can throw off all your plans. That's it for this video, guys. In this video we went over the CRS calculator and saw how you can compute CRS score for yourself or your spouse or any other family member that you want to help out. Make sure all the questions are answered correctly. Go through the video thoroughly so you know how you calculate your score. In case you need assistance with score calculation or you're not being awarded the points that you deserve, you can feel free to contact us. Again, the contact information is here, and the link to booking an appointment is in the description below. I hope this was helpful, guys. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you are notified about any new video that we upload. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.